Hey, what's up guys? This is Jaden here, and today in this video, I want to share with you what is SEO and what is behind search engine optimization. Now, when I first started learning SEO, it was very technical and there were a lot of different concepts and jargons that I had to understand, and it took me a really long time for me to learn what actually SEO is all about. So in this video, I will be breaking down all the concepts of what is SEO, the benefits of SEO, on-page optimization, what is off-page optimization, what is technical SEO, and I'll be breaking them down into concepts that even a caveman would understand. So I hope to bring that kind of value to you so that you don't take that much time to learn SEO as much time that I took to learn it. So I've started this back to school concept. So everything that I will guide you on today, everything will link back to school because most of us, we went to school before, right? So without further ado, let's get started. Now, first of all, what is SEO? Okay. Now, SEO basically stands for search engine optimization. Okay. And I'm going to be using Canva here, my handy tool. So what is SEO, right? So SEO is essentially search engine optimization. Okay, so now let's break it down to, break the terms up. So search engine. So what is the search engine? Search engines are essentially what you use on the web to search for something, right? So let me just give you an example. Anything that you can search with is a search engine, right? So on this page here, you can see here there's a search tag. So this is a search engine, right? It's not that big as compared to sites like Google. So you have your typical search engines like Google, right? So anything that you can search with is a search engine, right? So Google, you can search, you can key in your search here, right? And then you have sites like Bing, and then anything that you can find with a search bar, right? So for example, I don't have it locked in, but in any case, anything that you can search with is a search engine, right? So what is optimization? Optimization means making the best and most effective use of that search engine, right? So for example, optimizing, say for this search engine, but in this case, there's no reason for you to optimize for a Canva search engine, right? So you want to optimize for certain search engines that are popular where people are using the most, and the most common one will be Google, right? So whenever people mention SEO, search engine optimization, they are mainly talking about Google, right? Because Google is the biggest and largest search engine in the world. So that's why everybody is using it. And that's why it makes most sense to optimize for Google. Okay. So, but essentially search engines are anything that you can search with is a search engine. Okay. So that is search engine. Now, in the next few steps, I'll be sharing with you everything based on the back to school concept. Okay, so what is search engine when it comes to the technical term is search engine optimization. But if we were to use the back to school concept, right? So what is SEO? I want you to, if you can remember anything today about SEO, just remember this, right? SEO is a popularity contest. Okay, SEO is a popularity contest. So this means that it's trying to get you to win in terms of popularity, to make you as popular as possible, to make your brand or your business as popular as possible. Okay, so now let's go back to school, right? So when you're in school, okay, now I'm gonna look for school, and then okay, so say this is the school that you're attending. Okay, now this school is the school that you'll be attending, and let's say I'm gonna look for a kid here. Okay, let's say this is you. All right, let's say this is you. Okay. Okay. So now you are in school, right? You're going to school, and when in a school, you're not alone, right? You usually have a lot of people, going to school together with you. So there are a bunch of people here, and there are a bunch of people here. Okay. So out of all the students, okay, if you're not standing out, right? What happens if you're not standing out? What happens if you're not popular, right? What happens if you are just, normal and average and nobody notices you? What happens versus if you are popular in your school? Why being popular is important? Why is being popular important in a school in this context? Well, because very simple. When you are in a school, if you are popular, right? If you are popular, what do you get? You get more chances, you get more opportunities, right? And you get a lot of perks and other, all kinds of positive stuff if you are popular, right? So there's a reason why Google is a popularity contest. Same with going to a school. Now, if you're in a school, out of all the students, if you are popular, right? If you are popular, you will get certain opportunities that you might not get if you are just a regular kid, right? So this is the same with Google. Now, in this case, I want to bring you back to Google. So search engine optimization is essentially the school that you're going to. So I'm going to just list down all the a few examples of some of the search engine that you might be familiar with. But this can be any search engine. Now, the school that you'll be going to, is depending on which search engine. So, for example, if you want to optimize your site, your website on Google, then Google is the school that you'll be going to. Okay. Now, if you want to optimize your site for Bing or any other search engines, then that is the school that you'll be going to. So if you're optimizing for Bing, you're going to the Bing school, right? But we're going to be talking about Google because majority of us are optimizing for Google because Google is the largest search engine in the whole wide world. So you're going to Google school, right? And in the school, you don't want to just be popular in the school, right? Because how can you just be popular in the school? You need to be popular, in a school with regards to a CCA or a curriculum or a subject that you are in, right? You can't just be known to be popular in the school for what, right? So in a school, in every school that you go to, there's certain subjects that you can take. There's certain clubs that you can be in. This can be sports clubs and stuff like that, right? So when you are going to Google School, you will pick one of the subjects that you want to be good at or one of the clubs that you want to be good at, right? It can be a sports club, it can be a music club, it can be any kind of subjects like science or just any clubs that you can think of or any subjects that you can think of. And what you want to do is you want to be popular there, right? So for example, if you are, into sports like I am, I used to play football, soccer, right? So if I want to be popular in a football club, then I want to be popular there because if I am popular in a club, in my club, right, I get more chance to play, I get more opportunities to train, I get to play in the team more, and a lot of all those good perks will come up. So Google works the same way. Now, if you relate everything back to search engine optimization, what is search engine optimization? Search engine optimization is just to make sure that you are popular in the school that you're going to, which is Google, and in the club that you are at, which is your niche, right? So this is your market. This is your niche. So for example, if your niche is in, say, a chiropractor, right? If your niche is in, you are an agency, right? So essentially you are optimizing your website, which is you, to be popular in your niche on Google, right? So I hope you get what I'm trying to say here, right? So everything that you're optimizing for needs to be making sure that you're popular in your niche in school. Okay, so this is the back to school method. So everything that I'll be sharing with you next will also be based on going to school. So that's really how search engine optimization works. That is in a nutshell how it works, right? So all the rest of the people, all the rest of the kids in school are your competitors, right? So when it comes to why is search engine optimization, important? Well, why is being popular in school important? Why is being popular in school beneficial, right? So there's a lot of those good perks that's coming up. So essentially, that's how search engine optimization works. Now, there are some parts that are included in search engine optimization. So some of you might have heard before, and some of you might have not. So I'm going to dumb it down. I'm going to bring everything to a dumbed down explanation so you can get a sense of it. So there are three major things that is involved in a SEO campaign. So you might have heard of this before already. So we have three major components. The first is technical SEO. The second is on-page SEO, and the third is off-page SEO. And when I learned all this through watching tons of videos and going through a bunch of courses, it took up a lot of time. So I'm gonna make things way simplified for you. So let's start off with technical SEO. So we are going to go back to school. So now let me just do this. So now in a school, let's just say you want to be popular in, I don't know, for me it's football, right? So, well, soccer, football, doesn't matter. Means the same thing. Okay, so for example, if the club that you want to be at, right, is football, okay, and then we're gonna bring back you again. Okay, and we're gonna bring your competitors back. Okay, so again, this is you. Now, when it comes to technical SEO, remember everything about SEO is making you more popular than the rest, right? So in this case, we are trying to make you more popular than the rest of the kids. Okay, so how do you even be more popular? So when it comes to technical SEO, now I'm going to remove this term, so I will explain it a bit more later. So there are a few essential things that you need to do when you're in school, right? So what are the list of essential rules that you have to follow, right? So when you're in a school, what are the school rules that you have to follow? Okay, you will have to, you will have to, okay, let me just format this. You will have to, go to school on time. Okay, I'm just gonna make this smaller. Sorry, I just have to make it look nice. Yeah, so you have to go to school on time. So what are the essential things that you need to do to stay in school, right? To stay in school, you need to, put on your uniform, I don't know, follow the haircut, uh, standard haircut, and there are a list of essentials that you have to do as a student in the school, right? For you to even, not get kicked out of school. So while doing all these might not make you popular, but if you do it like, say, for example, if you go to school on time for the 5 years in school, right, you're going to be a bit popular because you'll be known as the person that go to school on time, right? Or, following the standard haircut and stuff like that. But essentially, these are all the essentials, the needed stuff for you to stay in the game, for you to stay in school, right? For you to even have an opportunity of, going to the club or staying in school. So these are the needed things that you need to do, right? So now let's bring it back to technical SEO. So what is technical SEO? Now, technical SEO is the same, is the same concept. Are the essentials things that you have to do to stay in Google's school. So essential things are things like, for example, your website speed, whether is it mobile, responsive, whether are your URL structures correct, whether do you have all the relevant tags and stuff like that. So the list can go on, but essentially what is technical SEO? Technical SEOs is everything that you need to do as essential, it's kind of like the school's rule, right? So you can have all the rest of the stuff, like you can optimize your site for, on page and off page and stuff like that. But if you don't have the essentials set up properly and correctly, chances are you will not be able to be more popular, because in this case you're not even doing the needed stuff. Okay, so these are the essentials. So in this case, you becomes your website, right? So your website need to have the essential stuff. It needs to be, your website speed needs to be fast. It needs to be mobile responsive. It needs to have the correct URL structures. It needs to not have duplicate content and stuff like that. So the list can go on, but that is essentially what technical SEO is about. It's about the essentials, the needed stuff that you need to do in order for you to stay in school. Okay, so that is technical SEO. Now I'm gonna move on to on-page SEO. So now, if you are, let me just change this up. Okay, a bit too small. Now, if you are going to school and say you are, interested in sports, right? So how do you become more popular in sports? Okay, how do you become more popular in your school or in your sports club for you to get more opportunities, right? For you to get picked more, for you to get more playing time, for you to just get all those perks if you are popular, right? So what you would do is you will look for opportunities, right? Okay, I want you to think of some things that you would do in school if you really, really want to go into sports. What would you do? Right? So what you would do is you will start to look out for, maybe when are the trials, the timing for the trials, right? When is the training sessions, right? And who do you need to speak to? Your coach, which teachers you have to speak to. You need to know what time they are there, and what topics you need to ask about and stuff like that, right? But the main key point here I'm trying to bring across is you will look for opportunities for you to get to the club, right? For you to get to become more popular in a club. So it's the same thing with on-page SEO, right? So, and this doesn't mean that it's only for, you know, sports club. I mean, if you like music, just gonna add in a bit of flavor here. Okay, it doesn't matter which club you're trying to join, but the main key thing is, remember, it's about being more popular, right? Among all the rest of the kids, which is your competitors, you want to stand out, right? Because when you stand out, you get more. When you are more popular, you get more perks, you get more opportunities for you to shine, for you to get recommended and stuff like that, right? All the good stuff. So on-page SEO is essentially the same thing. Okay, now on-page SEO is the same. It's looking for opportunities. Okay, but we do this using keyword research. So for example, we'll look for keywords that have high search volume, where it's easy to rank for. And these are kind of the opportunities. If you bring it back to school, what you're doing is you're looking for, you know, your teachers, you're looking for when is the next trial class, you're looking for what equipments you need to wear and stuff like that, for you to be at the best position available for you to get all these opportunities. Same with on-page SEO. On-page SEO is about looking for opportunities, but just that in this case of trials and trainings and teachers you need to speak to, it's words. It's the keywords that you're looking for. So when you look for a keyword, when we look for a keyword, that translate into us looking for when is the next training, right? That translate to us looking for, you know, when are the trials. That translate to who do you need to speak to. So keyword research is the same exact thing like what you would do in a school for you to get, you know, opportunities for you to excel in whichever sports or whichever curriculum that you chose. Okay. Now, I hope this is really easy for you to understand, because, you know, everybody went to school before. Well, not everybody, but most. Yeah. And when it comes to your website, so now let's bring it back to your website, right? So what can you do for your website that is similar to what you would do in a school for you to get all these opportunities? Now, on your website, first of all, you need to look out for all these opportunities. Same when you are, you know, in school, when you are going for trials, right? You are looking for trials, you're looking for training sessions. So when it comes to your website, similarly, you're looking for keywords, opportunities, which have high volumes and decent keyword difficulty that is easy for you to rank for. Now, that is the first step that you can do. Now, let's bring it back to school. So after you find out, you know, what are the training sessions available, say, for example, it is 4 p.m. Okay. So say the training session is at 4 p.m. Now you know what time you need to be there. You're already putting yourself in a place where you are getting more opportunities versus those kids that want to go to school and, you know, excel in the sport or in the club that you picked. They would not be at a better position if they did not know the training session is at 4 p.m., right? So you have an additional advantage to the rest of the kids here, which are your competitors, right? But what if your competitors, right? What if this group of kids also know that the training session starts at 4 p.m.? Now, what can you do to make sure that you stand out even more, right? So remember, the key here is optimization. Okay, this is very crucial. Optimization. The key here is to optimize, right? You want to do more than your competitors. Okay, so optimization. So if this group of kids know that you'll be going to training sessions at 4 p.m. and you know it too, that kind of puts you in the same place as them. Now, you might stand out from this group of kids, but not this group of kids. So what will you do, right? You will probably find out what outfit you need to wear, right? You'll probably take a step further and find out, you know, what kind of outfit you need to wear. And you can go even more further, right? You can you know, trained beforehand, or you can, you know, I don't know what you will do, right, before all these training sessions. But I hope you get what I'm trying to say here. So as much as you would like to, you want to be as prepared for this training session, right? Because this training session, if you do well, it means that you will gain a bit of advantage as opposed to those that, you know, do not know about the training sessions at all, or those that know but doesn't have the correct outfit or didn't train beforehand, right? So now let's bring it back to your website. So after you know, after you did the keyword research, right? The keyword research is only the first part. It's just like, you know, the training is at 4 p.m. So what you need to do next is there's a few things on your website, on different pages of your website that you can optimize it for. So for example, like choosing the outfit. On your website, there is URL structures. There's your URL slug. That's what we call this over here. This is a slug, right? And then there is page titles. Now, I'm not going to go in depth into this because this video is just about letting you understand what is the concept behind SEO and let you have a clear understanding of what do people mean when they say on-page SEO, off-page SEO, technical SEO. Okay, there are meta descriptions, and there are so on and so forth. So there's a lot of on-page elements, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to say here. So similar, what you want to do is for you to do a successful on-page SEO. It means to say just optimizing all these your pages for doing keyword research, optimizing your URL slug, optimizing your page titles, your meta descriptions, your header text, and so on and so forth, right? So essentially, it's the same thing. This is on-page optimization. That's it. That's the whole theory of on-page optimization here, right? So now let's move on to the third section, which is off-page optimization. Now I'm going to make use of this image again. Okay. So now off-page optimization. So off-page. Okay. So this is off-page. And this is school. Okay, let me do this right. So, okay, before anyone, now when you first enter a school, I want you to remember, how did you know somebody else was popular, right? Because the whole game here is trying to be more popular. But when you first go to the school, how did you know that I'm gonna bring another kid out. Okay, who looks popular? Okay, say we're gonna give this guy a name, say John. Okay, so when you first went to a school, let's just say John was really popular, right? Gonna give you a star. Okay, it's getting a bit. Okay, so let's just say John is really popular. When you first enter a school, you know that John is very popular, right? But how did you know John is popular? Probably because this guy said so, right? Because your close friend mentioned to you that, hey, John is really popular, right? Hey, John is really popular. Like, you heard it from other people first, right? And the more people mention John, the more popular he gets, right? The more times people mention John is popular, the more popular he gets, right? And as you know, when it comes to popularity, the more popular you are, the better opportunities you get. So same with your website, it's the same thing. Now, if more people, let's go. I hope you see what I'm trying to get at here, right? So Okay, let me just find yeah. So the more people speaks about you, okay, the more people talks about you, the more popular you're gonna get, right? So the more people talks about you, the more people starts recommending you, the more you will get, the more popularity you will get. So this is the same with off-page SEO, right? Now, in this case, when it comes to your website, right, you are your website, right? And all these are the people in the market, right? Are all the other websites on Google. So if one website mention your name and link back to your website, that is a vote, right? Because remember, everything is a popularity contest. And the more votes you get, the higher your popularity, right? So off-page SEO is essentially that is it, right? It's just a voting system on Google. But there is a deeper level to it, and I'll be explaining to you. Okay, so now imagine this. If there's a excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna draw a spectrum out for you to understand. If I can make this 90-degree and make it black. Okay, I hope you guys can make do with this. And where's you? Let's bring you back. Okay, let's bring you back. Okay, so this is you right in the middle. And then now we're gonna bring a few kids in. Okay, so let's say this is one, right? And okay, so now from this explanation, you already know that, you know, the more votes you get, the better it is. But does it mean that if you want to optimize your page, your website to be more popular on Google, you just have to get a lot of links? You just need to get a lot of votes back to your website? Not necessary. Now I'm going to explain to you why. Now this is very, very crucial. So I hope you pay attention over here, because all these might be good, but it might also bite you in the ass. Okay. So first up, let's just say, okay, I'm gonna give all these a name, right? So let's just say this is Peter. Okay, Peter, and Peter here recommends you. Okay, and wait, I'm gonna do this. Votes. Okay, so these are all your votes. Okay, so these are all your votes. I'm gonna just place it here. Okay, so first of all, you have a vote from Peter, and you have a vote from, let's say, I don't know, Tina, right? So Tina is here, Peter is here, right? And this is you, okay? So you get 2 votes, one from Peter and one from Tina, right? So this means that, you know, the more votes you get, the more popular you are, okay? But not necessarily. What if Peter here? Okay, what if Peter here is the top student in school? Okay, if I can spell student. Okay, Peter here is the top student in school. Okay, and then Tina is it's I don't know, a gangster. I think it should be the other way around, but you get what I'm trying to say here, right? It should be the other way around, right? But yeah, I'm just trying to make a point here. right? So what if you have a vote from Peter and you have a vote from Tina? Now, my question to you is, which one would you rather have a vote? Would you rather have a vote from Peter, or would you rather have a vote from Tina, which is the gangster in school, right? Obviously, you'll want the vote from Peter, because if Peter has a good branding and a good popularity in school, his votes counts a lot more than Tina, right? And the key thing is you want to have a lot more votes here. You want to have a lot more Peter. Okay, you want to have not just one, you want to have two, you want to have three, and you want to have a bunch of them, right? And the key thing is you do not want to have votes from people like Tina, right? So the key thing when it comes to off-page SEO, now it's the same thing. You do not want votes coming in from Tina. You want to have as much votes as you can from Peter. And now let's bring it back to your business. Now, essentially, all these are called authoritative websites. Okay, and these are called spammy links. And your votes are links. So similar, your website needs to have a lot more authoritative websites. Your website need to have a lot more niche relevant websites as compared to spammy websites. So it's not just about, building a lot of links to you, because that will not make you popular. What you want is you want to have a lot of votes from top students, right? Like Peter, and avoid gangsters recommendation like Tina. So same, when it comes to your website, you want to have a lot more authoritative websites or more link relevant or niche relevant websites linking back to your site, as opposed to spammy websites like porn websites, like spammy websites. So that, my friends, is off-page SEO. So I hope you understand this three part of SEO. Essentially, I've just explained to you what SEO is about and the benefits of SEO, and what is technical SEO, what is off-page SEO, and what is on-page SEO. Okay, so now if you find you've understood SEO a little bit more through this concept, right, do please remember to leave a like, and I'll be posting SEO tutorials like this in the future. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe. And if you're looking for an SEO agency, you can visit our website at traffv.com. And yeah, that is it. Let me know in the comment section. I'm very interested to find out, which part of the section reminds you of school the most. Is it the off-page section? Is it the on-page section? Or is it the technical section? Or is it the whole, what is the school approach of being popular? Which section reminds you of school the most? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next video.